Coolersonsale.com here for a soft-sided cooler challenge update. We've run a few of these in the past. We've had a few requests for different models, different modifications to the test, so we've done our best to do that. Quick rundown, I'll give the full description in the description below as well as on Coolers on Sale, but I'll just give a quick introduction of each cooler. We have the Engel on the end. Engel's been one of our top performing roto-molded coolers, so now we are going to test the soft-sided. This cooler here is actually a prototype. It's not even out yet, but we've got our hands on it and we're going to try and test it. Next up is a Siberian. Again, one of the top performing coolers in our 5-day ice challenge. We've picked up the soft-sided bag. The Polar Bear here, the backpack cooler, you've seen this many times because we've tested it many times, and it's also been one of our top performing coolers. So that one's in the middle as well. Again, a backpack cooler. The Orca Pod. Orca, again with Engel, are the top 2 performing coolers that we've tested across various different roto-molded coolers like you see behind us. We're testing some more, so be sure to check that on our YouTube channel. But we've got our hands on the Orca Pod, which is a backpack cooler, so really excited to see how that one goes. The Engel, this is the backpack cooler. This one's been out for a while. It's a smaller version of the prototype that I mentioned down here. And last but not least is the Mule backpack cooler. We've tested this several times in the past. A few people have suggested adding air or removing air. We've spoken to Mule directly. We've closed these properly, so that one's all set up. So the scene is set. We have 6 coolers here. Like I said, we're going to fill all the coolers to capacity with ice. We'll show you the inside so you can see that they're filled to capacity, as well as 2 beverages. This provides a visual representation of how the ice is melting, and we also rotate the beverages 3 times a day to simulate actual use. It's absolutely scorching in Florida. It's already reading 97.5 degrees on the surface of this Orca Pod, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So the surface of some of these coolers might reach as high as 120, 130 degrees in the afternoon. In the past, we've gone anywhere from 24 to 48 hours on some of these soft-sided coolers. We're going to check them 3 times a day and show you so that you can see the ice melt, because we're not sure how long these coolers will go. But the scene is set for the updated version of the soft-sided cooler challenge. We'll pick back up tomorrow morning to show you the progression. 24-hour update on the soft-sided coolers. We're starting to see some real significant ice melt. It was super hot yesterday. Some of the tops of these soft-sided coolers were reaching 100+ degrees in the sun. Most of them have already melted at least 50%, if not more. I would definitely say the leader is the Engel. This is still a prototype cooler as well, so it's not even available yet, but it is outperforming all the other soft-sided coolers so far. Again, another hot day. We're already reading 84 degrees and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Check back in for a full update tomorrow morning, which will be a 48-hour update. "48-hour update for the soft-sided cooler challenge, and our first soft-sided cooler is actually checked out. The Mule has run out of ice this morning. It had ice in there last night. This morning we're reading about 54 degrees on the inside, so it just ran out of ice probably sometime early this morning in the middle of the night. The rest of the coolers still have ice in them. The least amount would be the Siberian. I suspect that this cooler will run out of ice probably this afternoon, maybe this evening. But for all these coolers to go 48 hours is really impressive. The surface of this Orca Pod yesterday was 116 degrees. When you put your hand on it, I mean, you can hardly put your hand on the surface of it. It's so hot. So these are pretty extreme temperatures. These coolers are meant for a day at the beach, a hike, you know, mostly day trips, and to go 24 hours in this kind of a heat is really, really impressive. We're going to run the test out to see who wins it, but we've had our first cooler checked out. We'll pick back up tomorrow morning for 3 full days. 113. 72-hour update for the soft-sided cooler challenge, and we've reached the end. Yesterday we had 3 coolers check out, and this morning the Orca went out. So I'll give you the rundown of what has happened over the last 24 hours. Yesterday, midway through the day, the Polar Bear checked out, as well as the Siberian, and then in the evening the Engel just checked out. But I want to note something, that in the morning this Engel still was reading high 30 degrees, so it's still really cool, as well as the polar bear was still pretty cool. Although it ran out of ice yesterday, is still holding temperature pretty well. But that left us with two coolers as of last night, the large size Engel and the Orca, and then this morning the Orca's out of ice and still reading in the 30-degree range. So still really cool, but we've reached in, like I said, because the Engel is the only one that still has ice remaining after 3 full days. Really impressive that these coolers can go even 2 full days with the temperatures that we've had. We're gonna run the test out and see just how long this Engel can hold ice.
Oh my God, there's still ice in there.
Four full days. This Engel soft-sided cooler has made it 4 full days. Afternoon temperatures reading above 100 degrees like we've seen. It's made it a full day longer than any other cooler in the challenge, and it's definitely the longest soft-sided cooler that we've seen. Still a few slivers of ice left in there, as you see, so we'll say 4+ days. Again, this is the biggest cooler in the soft-sided ice challenge, but to go 4 full days and basically keep up with these roto-molded coolers is really impressive considering the temperatures. The results directly after this video of how long every cooler made it, as well as in the description and on coolersonsale.com. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We're gonna have more videos like this coming out soon, and here come the results.